Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Rogue Deck of the Week showcase featuring Team Rocket's Toolbox. I first saw this on stream when I was at NEIC, when I was chilling in my Airbnb, and it was going against, I believe, a Goldango around like 5 or 6, and this really piqued my interest. Because until then, I thought the only way of playing Team Rocket's Spidops was play a heavy count of the Team Rocket's Mewtwo. Rather, you kind of play more of a toolboxy style in this with this deck, and I kind of like it. I played some games with it, and it feels really good. You're mainly a single prize board state, and you do play one Mewtwo in there to do the heavy hitting. So let's just go into the deck. So it's centered around the Team Rocket Spidops, which is a stage 1 grass type Pokemon with 130 HP with a charging up ability. Once during your turn, you may attach a basic energy from your discard pile to this Pokemon. And then has the Rocket Rush attack for 30 times for a grass and colorless. This attack does 30 damage for each of your Team Rocket's Pokemon in play. So the idea is to load up your bench, and with 6 Team Rocket's Pokemon, because all you do play is Team Rocket's Pokemon, you do 180 damage. And that's pretty significant in this format because Darkness Pokemon are really strong, and this hits into the weakness with Grass Energy. So Marnie's Grimmsnarl is weak to Grass, and so is the Charizard EX, the Terra. So the 180 turns to the 360, which is automatic KOs, and we're taking 2 prizes, they're taking 1. So the reason why it's more of a toolboxy, because yes, we are attacking with the Spidops, we have other attackers as well. So we have the Team Rocket's Mimikyu, which is a basic Psychic Pokemon, 60 HP, with Gemstone Mimicry. For a Psychic Colorless, choose one of your opponent's active Terra Pokemon attack and use it. This is mainly for Dragapult, Charizard, and really that's all I can think of. You can probably use Flareon as well, but the Dragapult and Charizard matchup, that's what it's really there for. We also play the Team Rocket's Murkrow. At first I thought, I'm like, oh, this is not a good card, but with that Torment attack, yes, you're only doing 30, but you shut down one of your opponent's active attacks. So for Goldango, you tell them, oh, you can't make it rain. Well, that's their only attack. They have to retreat and attach, and they're wasting resources by doing that. Or if you're going against Dragapult, okay, you tell them they can't Phantom Dive. They have the other attack, but 70, that's not really doing much. So it can really disrupt your opponent's gameplay. They're making them retreat, use resources to do that. So Team Rocket's Murkrow can be very annoying to play around. 80 HP isn't necessarily a knockout with Phantom Dive as well. So this is a very well-rounded basic Pokemon for your list. And then one card that I put in that wasn't in the initial list that I think can be pretty good is the Team Rocket's Wobbuffet. It's 110 basic Psychic Pokemon with that Rocket Mirror attack. You move all damage counters from one of your bench Team Rocket's Pokemon to your opponent's active. I mainly want to pair that with the bulkiness of Team Rocket's Mewtwo with a 280 HP. If this thing can't get knocked out, you can retreat and put up the Wobbuffet and move all that damage from the Team Rocket's Mewtwo onto your opponent's board. So one, it can do a great amount of damage and even maybe knock out your opponent. And then 2, you're healing all that damage off your Mewtwo. And that's a 2 prize liability that you can have on your board. So more of a toolbox like deck with centering around that Spidops. For the items, we play Counter Catcher because with single prize decks we're probably going to play from behind. Earthen Vessel because we need that energy in the discard to be able to use the charging up ability on the Spidops. Energy Switch, this is more for the Mewtwo so we can attack with it. Because as we go down to our energy, kind of skip ahead, we only play 5 basic grass and 4 Team Rocket's energy. So we need to get that grass energy on the Mewtwo so we can attack with it. We have one Nest Ball to help with getting our our basics out. We don't really need the Nest Ball that much because we have supporters to help does the same thing for us. Play 2 Night Stretcher. I love the Night Stretcher in this list because it helps get the one-ofs that we have. I know other lists play 2 Mimikyus. I'm opting only do 1, and this helps recycle our Pokemon as much as we can. Same thing with Sacred Ash. We do play 1 of those. Sacred Ash is a new card from Destined Rivals. We can shuffle up to 5 Pokemon in our discard pile to our deck, so that can help get our Pokemon back on our board. I like the Picnic Basket. There's 1 of them in there that can help offset some Monkey Dory damage or even some Phantom Dive damage. And then we play Team Rocket's Receiver or Transceiver, help get our supporter when we need it. We play 4 of those. We play 4 Ultra Balls to get our Pokemon out because we do play a Stage 2 line in here. And then for our Ace Spec of choice, we're going Secret Box. It helps get our energy into the discard and also get rid of any useless cards we need for whatever matchup we're going against, and get us pieces that we need to advance our board state. Our standing of choice is Team Rocket's Factory. We can draw 2 cards if we use a supporter that has Team Rocket in its name, and that's all we have in this list. So we play 1 of Team Rocket's Archer, a 4 Ariana, 4 Giovanni, 1 Petrel, and 4 Proton. Proton is our main setup card for this deck. We can use this going first, so kind of like a Carmine, and we can search up the 3 basic Team Rocket's Pokemon. So we want to try to get like 2 of the Tarountulas, a Mimikyu out, so for our Pivoter, maybe our Murkrow, whatever we need for the matchup. The Proton is our card to get that. And then we play 1 of Defiance Band. It can help shore up some of our math. For example, with Team Rocket's Mewtwo, when we discard 2 energy off our bench Pokemon, we're only doing 280. So if we have the Defiance Band, that brings up to 310, and that can one-shot a Gardevoir. Another example is with the Charge Up, or with the Rocket Rush attack, I'm sorry. We can do 180 with a full bench. If we are behind in prizes, we can put on the Defiance Band, do 210, and we can knock out Ogerpons, we can knock out Phesandipides, we can knock out the Latios EX. So the Defiance Band just helps get the math that we're just short of. And as I mentioned before, we play 4 Team Rocket Energy and 5 basic RAS Energy in this list. It's a fun deck, definitely up our alley as a rogue deck. It did make day 2 at NEIC, so nothing to scoff at. Even though it got like 300th place, but if you made day 2 at a large tournament like that, especially at the international level, this is something to really consider. So I'm excited to try this out on the ladder. So yeah, let's go on and see how this does with today's matchups. Okay everyone, we're going into our first game here with the Team Rocket Spidops / Toolbox. We're going to choose heads for the coin flip, and we got it. So for this deck, we are a setup deck, so I want to choose to go first. That way we can get our Tarountulas out, we can get our Articuno, and we get nothing. So they'll see we're playing a Team Rocket deck. They'll probably won't know which version. Most likely they'll think we're just a pure Team Rocket Mewtwo. Maybe the Porygon Z, but probably the Team Rocket Mewtwo. So they're probably a little bit expecting what we're gonna do. There. I'll start off with the Mimikyu because that does have free retreat. I wish we had a Proton. If we had a Proton, our hand would have been busted. So we'll see what this gives us. So going against a Pidgey. So that doesn't tell us much. Transceiver, perfect. So we'll play that down. Use Transceiver to get a Proton. Yep. Make sure I'm doing this right. And we're going to get our board set up. So we'll get 2 more Tarantullas. And we're going to get the Articuno just to be on the safe side. To make sure we're not really... I'm going to preemptively attach to one of the Tarountulas. I don't think we're going to get knocked out. and we're good to go. We can easily get some damage on the board because we have the Spidops in hand with another energy. Playing down a Pidgey. I really hope this is not Pidgey control. We haven't seen a control deck in some time here, so we'll see. Nemona. So that's more or less okay. Dreepy. So this is Dragapult with Pidgeotto, or Pidgeot, sorry. So a lot of draw, a lot of doing what they need. If they don't get another Dreepy down, I could Giovanni and take that out. Interesting not to. So they got a lot of different pieces here. But if they don't get another Dreepy, which they don't, I can knock that out so easily. Perfect. So I am going to evolve the Spidops. Play down, or place an attachment. I am going to Giovanni up their Dreepy. Get that knocked out. Because we are doing 150 damage. That's more than enough to knock them out. And putting them on the back foot here. So it was easy for us to set everything up. We have a lot of consistency cards. We got our 4th Tarountula. If for some reason we do get knocked out, we have an Archer to help reset our hand and prevent their hand. If not, we can easily take out another one of their Pokemon. Unfortunately, the counter catcher isn't going to be live because we're not going to be behind in prizes. We are the aggressor in this match. So, looks like they're trying to go for not to, which is they can. That isn't an attacker. That's more of a draw engine. But it looks like they're not really doing much. Perfect. So we got another Giovanni. So if I want to take that out, I can. And prevent them from doing more. So kind of tempted to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Put up the Mimikyu with the free retreat. Get their Natu with the energy. Slow them down. Retreat back into our Spidops. I'm going to play down another Tarountula. That way we have some options here. And take out another Pokemon. And be up 2 prize cards here. What do we get? Sacred Ash. So that's good for the late game. So once we get a lot of our Pokemon knocked out, we can put that back in the deck and use either Proton or draw into them to get them back into our hand / board. We are in a very good position here. We set up really quick. They are having a hard time setting up. Even though they play a lot of Pokemon support that can help advance your board state, they're just not drawing into those pieces. They're playing with Nemonas, which nothing wrong with it, but it's just a general draw 3. This to me appears to be more of a league starter deck. I know Dragapult has one. Didn't think it played the Pidgey line in there. I know it played the Natu, because some of my locals are playing this because they're getting into the game here. But yeah, they're just not getting the cards to really get going. Versus we are playing a very consistent deck. We got our bench lined up. We have plenty of backup attackers if I need it. Because if this gets knocked out, as long as I can get another Spidops, I can use the charge up and get one of these powered up in one turn. As long as I have another energy in hand. And if they knock me out, I can use Archer. But yeah, they're drawing a lot, but not doing anything with it. But I'm also taking out their Pokemon that they're planning on attacking with. So I am disrupting their gameplay because I've been having really great top decks. So I have Team Rocket's Factory. I can play it, but I can't really play anything else. So I'm going to hold off on it. And I'm just going to get a 3rd prize card. Because I can't use Team Rocket's Factory unless I play a Team Rocket supporter. So now I have Ariana. So that's something I can definitely play next turn and get a lot of cards. I am surprised that they're not getting another Dreepy out, or at least getting a evolution Pokemon of some sort. It just seems like they're breaking a lot. Because they have Clairvoyant Sense, but that can only go to the bench. So they need an attacker. So they're powering up their Pidgey. I wonder if they're trying to go for Call for Family next turn. I would have promoted the Pidgey and then Clairvoyant Sense onto the Xatu and get this powered up. Granted, 80 isn't a lot, but it can knock out my Mimikyu very easily. It can knock out any of my Tarountulas very easily versus them leaving this in the active. So they're switching into the Pidgey. I wonder if they're just going to Call for Family and get their board set up. I'm not sure if it's too late for them at this point. I doubt they're attacking me, so they're bossing. They're hoping I don't have a response to something. Which, if I can just get an energy retreat, I will 1, power up my charging up, and 2, get out of the active. So I'm in a pretty decent spot. And then I'm going to play Ariana, draw. Yeah, so this gave me everything I need, and I can play draw up to more, use with the Team Rocket Factory. What is the retreat cost on that? Okay. Do I have no energy? So what I'm going to do, I am going to attach. I am going to retreat out. Bring that up. Evolve into a Spidops, and then I can use charging up to get that energy back into play. Don't really think I need to Ultra Ball here. I don't mind not evolving these yet, because I don't really have anything I want to discard. I'd rather keep everything. So I am just gonna Rocket Rush and get another knockout, and I will be up 4 prize cards. I can easily take out that Mew because it has 180 HP. They can't copy my attack with Genome hacking because they won't be able to do any damage. And they are not resistant to grass, so if I can get a Giovanni, I can get a 2 prizer in the game. So we are doing really well. We can easily get caught up with a Iono, so we need to be careful with that. They did promote the Xatu, which I don't understand unless they're planning on just attacking me, which it looks like they are. I would at least done the Mewtwo, or the Mew, because you have your free retreat. That's always a pivoter. Just in case your plan go haywire, you can have something bulky and then retreat into a single prizer. And that way you can also use the Xatu to power up something else. Like I would have probably powered up that Dreepy instead of powering up the Xatu. And try to get the Dracoloak out and get that going, because I can't one-shot a Dragapult in this at all. Even with the Mimikyu. And I haven't really drawn into any of my Team Rocket's energies. So they skipped the Dracoloak altogether. So they're not attacking this turn unless they play a Sparkling Crystal, because they manually attach to the Xatu this turn. But that is ready to go for next turn. So the Game Fighter energy out. Too bad they're not knocking me out, because Archer will be very beneficial here. Get rid of all that fire energy from their hand. Okay, I got the Mewtwo. I'm not really gonna use that this game. Trying to think what I should do here. I'm gonna play Transceiver and grab. Oh, I got game in hand. This is perfect. Forgot about the Giovanni play, so I can just Giovanni up. There, put up Mew or Mimikyu. Bring up the Mew. free retreat into the Spidops. And I'm doing exactly 180 for the 2 prize KO for a game. And I was just able to set up the whole entire match. Once you get set up, this is like butter. I just used the same Spidops over and over again. They couldn't do it. The Giovanni is a great Guzma replacement, really, because you play 4 of. So whenever you draw it, you can take out their Pokemon that are a threat to you. This is a really nice deck, nice single prize-ish deck. You do play the one Mewtwo in there. But yeah, this is so much fun. I'm glad that we got the dub on the first game. So we'll go into the next one and see how we do. Okay everyone, we're into our next match here. So with our first game, we saw how easy it was to set up and being able to be the aggressor in the match. Didn't really need to use the counter catcher. Giovanni is all we needed and we took full advantage of that. So we'll see how this game goes. It's tails and our opponent wins the coin flip. So we'll see if they want to go first or second. They are going to go first. That is fine. We can use a supporter. As long as we get set up, we should be good to go. So they'll see that we're playing a Spidops. But the advantage with this deck is that most people will just assume we're playing Mewtwo. Which we do play one Mewtwo, but it's only one. We're not centered around that card. We're centered around really the Spidops and having just alternative attackers depending on the situation we are in. That's why I don't want to start the Mewtwo, because that's just a 2 prize liability unless I need it. So we're going against a mirror. So this is going to be interesting. He gives us the thumbs up. Yeah, the opponent knows what's going on. Not sure how the Team Rocket mirror will go, because they do have the Murkrow to turn off our Spidops attack. So that is pretty devastating if they can pull that off. If we can hit that, that will be great if we can get that first. I would like to get a Proton this turn, set up our board. Because if we can set up our own Murkrow, that may be good too. Turn off their Torment. And then make them kind of play around that. But we both start with unfortunate Pokemon. Don't really want the Wobbuffet there, and it's a 2 retreat cost, so I have to use a Team Rocket Energy to retreat it, unfortunately. Ugh. I'm just gonna try to get stuff going for my... Okay, play this. That's probably the only thing we're going to use this whole entire game. I don't want to do the Team Rocket Mewtwo. Man, we're not drawing anything here. I wish I had that Proton beforehand. Tempted just to put the Mewtwo out just in case they can take that out, because they can once they evolve that. And they may have a switching option. So I am just going to do that to get that set up for next turn. And we're just on the back foot here. We did not get any Tarountulas. We got our 2 prize liability on board. I'm hoping that they play more than we do. They do play the Team Rocket Great Ball. We do not. We're more relying on Proton and other means to get our Pokemon out. So they do play the Mewtwo. And the Spidops. So they got that set up, but they don't have a way to get the Articuno out of play yet. And they're playing a tanky version. So this is telling me that this is a more of a Mewtwo EX deck versus the more toolbox single prize deck than what we're doing. So we're not really doing, we're still two-shotting that thing regardless. So the Bravery Charm isn't doing much, especially with this. We can hit it, they can hit into us, and we can use Wobbuffet. I think Wobbuffet is just going to be knocked out at this point. But yeah, mirror matches, not the fan of mirror matches in any deck. I just don't have the patience to do it because it's always a 50-50, and it's whoever can set up first or whoever can take the first attack. This isn't a pure single or pure mirror match in the sense that we are more on the single prize and they are more on the multi-prizer. So we can be be more advantageous in our situation. But it just depends on what we can get set up, because right now we have nothing. If we would at least have one Tarountula, I would be a little more comfortable, but we don't. We don't have that set up. They don't have energy in the discard yet either, and they only have one energy attached. But we're both in the kind of similar vein with getting ready to attack. Don't want a Giovanni. Oh, I could Giovanni. So I'm going to Proton. I need to get my board set up. We got only two Tarountulas in our deck, which means the other two are prized. I want to get the Mimikyu out, mainly because that is a nice pivoter for when we do Giovanni. Draw. Don't really have much going. I was hoping to get a Team Rocket Energy, but we don't have that. So I'm just gonna preemptively attach. I could Secret Box, but I don't know what to get here. We already used everything. So I'm just gonna end my turn. May need to use Secret Box next turn to get a 5th Pokemon on the bench so I can maximize my Spidops. Also get an Ultra Ball to get the Spidops. Yeah, it's just we did not have a good setup. And I'm hoping that our opponent has just as much of a struggle than we do. So they're trying to set up, because you only can grab basic Pokemon with Proton. So it's good in the beginning. It's not really so good in the end game, which for us is not as big of a deal because the only evolution we play is Spidops. So as long as we get everything else on the board, we are fine. So this is interesting. This is like a very similar build than what we have. They just play a little more tools than we do. So this is very, very interesting. So they have 2 of their Rocket's energy. And they're passing, yeah, because they can't retreat yet. That's going to be a dead card the rest of the game. Oh, man. I'm going to Secret Box. Energy. Factory. And I'm going to do 1 Night Stretcher. So what do I want to get here? I need an Ultra Ball for sure. I'm going to get Ariana. Grab the Defiance Band, and I'll grab another Factory because I can use that as Ultra Ball fodder. So use that, get rid of. I'll get rid of 1 Giovanni. I'll grab a Spidops. Evolve the Spidops. I can charge up try to start attacking here. Don't really want to... Yeesh, what do I want to do here? I can take out the Spidops. Or even better yet, I probably should take out the Murkrow, because that is a big threat. I hate doing this, but that Murkrow is scaring me. Because I'm not too worried about the Wobbuffet, because if we don't leave damage on the board, they're not moving anything to us. I'm just going to put the Articuno down just to buff up what I'm doing here. I'm good with what I have. I'm already hitting overkill on the Murkrow. I'm getting the first prize, and we get our own Murkrow. So if we're in a tough situation, we can put that down and turn off their Spidops' attack, turn off their Mewtwo's attack, make them play around what we need to do. They still don't have energy in the discard, so they can't take advantage of the charging up. They can attach for turn on the Mewtwo and start swinging that way. But when they do that, yes, they're going to knock us out, but then we can get the first attack on the Mewtwo and try and get ahead in the prize trade. Because we're going to try not to have our Mewtwo in the active as much as possible. But they're just trying to get that energy. I'm not sure how many energy they play. We only play 5 basic, so it is a little difficult to get with the 4 special energy, and there's no easy way to get special energy. You just have to draw into it. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah, so they play multiple Mewtwo, but they're smart enough to know not to put multiple in play. They want to go the single board state just like what we do. And the thing is, they can always retreat their Mewtwo into the Wobbuffet and knock us out if we attack into the Mewtwo. With the Transceiver, I am probably going to grab another Giovanni, and I'm probably going to take out that Wobbuffet. That way they can't do that attack on me. So we will promote the Mimikyu. So we got the Spidops. I got the Transceiver, and we're going to grab a Giovanni. The 4th one is prized. We will use the Giovanni. I'm going to charge up first. They're going to see this play from a mile away, so I'm not too worried. I could Archer, but I think Giovanni is the right play because that Wobbuffet is scaring me. So we will factory, see if we can get a grass energy. We do now. We get a Team Rocket energy, but I'd rather save that. So I'm going to get rid of the Proton. We don't really need that right now. We get a energy. Attach the energy here. And we are just going to Rocket Rush. That's enough to knock out the Wobbuffet. That way we don't have to worry about the damage on the Mewtwo. We're up in the prize trade. I know they're going to knock us out with the Mewtwo. Having that be 330 is very difficult. I get it. But if they don't have another Wobbuffet, then I can we can go for blow. And because I'm already up a prize, I'm going to be ahead at the end. So we'll see how this goes. I don't have another Tarountula set up, and they archer me, so I have to hopefully draw into something good. I get Ariana, that's fine. I have Team Rocket's Energy. I can attack with my own Mewtwo. I'm only doing 160, but that's enough just to get damage on board. They can one-shot me if they can get energy on in play, but right now they have no basic energy in their discard. Now they do, they have one. So they're going out for that. They may be able to get up on us because of our pretty unfortunate board state. We prized 2 Tarountulas, so that did hurt us. So we'll see how this goes. Playing a mirror is interesting. Do not like it. I mentioned that before. They just have a better board state than we do, because we weren't going after the Spidopses. Probably should have, but that I didn't want to be left with something I couldn't do. So let's do this. I'm going to Sacred Ash and get my Pokemon back into play, or into the deck. Yeah. Hate doing that, but I need the... I need to draw more. Wish I had the Murkrow. That would have been great to go into the Murkrow and turn that off. And then not have them be able to attack me. I probably should have waited. So I am going to discard Picnic Basket, and don't think the Defiance Band is really going to do anything with my math here. I just need another Tarountula. Get that in play. Oh, Vey. I know they probably have the Giovanni, so might as well just attack with it. The Murkrow would have been OP. I should have waited on the Murkrow. I forgot we played it. Because I can turn that off, make them retreat, get rid of all their energy, and have them attack with charging up. Because they only have one Team Rocket energy left, and there's no way to get that back into play once it gets out. But on the bright side, they have 170. If we can get our bench back up, we can attack for 180 on that Mewtwo and get 2 prizes and kind of get caught up in the prize trade. I think we may still be a little behind. Because if they take 2, we take 2. It's going to be close for sure. This is a very close match. They can discard the energy for the Eraser Ball. That's not an issue. I kind of knew I was going to get KO'd anyway. Yeah, easy. But I can get the Spidops play. I just need to get another energy. I mean... Oh, we have a big issue. All my basic grass is in the discard. So I need to get a Night Stretcher. Or my Energy Switch. I do play one Energy Switch in this. So I'll get that up. I will put down the Murkrow here. Do I want to Archer? get their hand down, I get cards. I'm gonna get rid of that just in case. Do I have Archer? Yes, I have a Archer. Get that in there. And then I'm gonna grab the Archer. Get their hand down to 3. Since they did take out a KO. And we get some cards. Still don't have the Energy Switch. Or even a Team Rocket Energy. So we completely whiffed on our attack. Which is not good. Not good at all. Don't believe I have energy in the deck. I have 3 rocket energy. Could have drew into that. We'll just charge up. Just get that ready. I'm just going to retreat into the Articuno. I don't really need the Articuno. Just whiffing the energy hurt us big time. I could have knocked out that Mewtwo. It made it a little at least closer in the matchup. I can still get down to 2 prizes left, but I think they have game after this because they have their Spidops to attack. I think their version plays more energy than our version does because we only really rely on the Spidops mainly. Looks like they're going to go after one of our Spidopses, which is fine. Yeah. Which is making us need to get a Giovanni, which we already used 3, and I think the other one is still prized. So smart on them. Because no matter what, they probably have game. But we will play this out. There's the Energy Switch. I wish I would have had that last game, or last turn. But it is what it is. We'll play down Tarountula, just so we can thin out our hand. I don't think we have the Giovanni. We do not. So I'm just going to fail it. Play Ariana. There's our Team Rocket energy. Don't really need that anymore. Draw. We're almost basically decking ourselves out. But they have game. I just want to play this out to see where this leads. If I would have had the Giovanni, I at least could have got some prizes, 2 prizes versus 1. But we'll give it to them. That way they can get more points in this. Don't want to fully concede. But in the beginning it was close. We were the aggressor. We just lost a little bit of steam. They had a little more gas towards the end, which is fine. And they're just going for it, probably the easy KO here. They have multiple ways of doing it. But yeah, folks, that's the mirror match. Was not expecting to see it. A lot of decks don't play the Wobbuffet, so I'm glad that my opponent recognizes its capabilities. Yeah, and that's game. It was close, y'all. So we'll go into the next match and see if we can pull out another win, since we gotta wipe our hands off with this. So we'll see how the next match goes. Okay, y'all. those were our matches featuring Team Rocket Spidops in this Team Rocket Toolbox. I know I didn't really show the toolboxy aspect of it as much, but it kind of is a toolbox. Yes, we do focus on the Spidops being the main attacker, but having Murkrow have the ability to use Torment or even Deceit, like search our deck for support and have it ready. It forces our opponent to have an Iono. Seeing Mewtwo, it can be beneficial in certain matchups. The Wobbuffet, I didn't really use it, but I do like having this Rocket Mirror attack and being able to move damage around. The Mimikyu honestly was one of the MVPs. Having that free retreat means so much, even not as an attacker, but just having that pivot option. Not a lot of decks have that anymore, and if you do, it's usually on a baby Pokemon, and 30 HP is pretty easy to knock out. 60, yes it is, but a little more. But yeah, like this Team Rocket deck, it was really fun to play. It's very easy to set up. Yeah, also I think this is a super beginner level deck too. So if you're just getting into the game and want to do something a little more competitive, this is cheap to make. I think maybe the most expensive card in this is the Secret Box, but you can probably substitute out other ace specs. I can see Hero's Cape being a good option, buffing up your HP on any of your Pokemon to add 100, including like 380 Mewtwo. That's going to be insane, and that can power up your Wobbuffet as well. So that could be a option for you if you need a little more budget friendly ace spec. Prime Catcher is always a decent option. You can do Max Belt because now we're in a very EX heavy format. Max Belt on the Spidops and do more damage. Max Rod, I can see you play that, get all your pieces back in your hand. So if you need options, Secret Box, yes, it's good, but there's other ways to really use any ace spec to make it work on this deck, because it is a more toolboxy like style. You're not set in any given play strategy, so experiment with it, see what works for you. I may cut the Defiance Band. I didn't really use it, but having the added 30 is good. With the black-white set coming out in a month, I would say putting in that new Brave Bangle will be very beneficial, because we are a single prize deck for the most part, and that's easier to set up versus the Defiance Band. But other than that, this was a very fun deck. If you're, like I said, if you're looking for more of a beginner competitive deck, this is a great option for you. But y'all, thank you for watching this video. Sorry for me rambling again. Please like and subscribe. As always, we are on our journey to 100 subs on this YouTube channel. So once we hit that, we will do our Rogue Deck Tournament of Champions, and we'll pick 8 Rogue decks that we've featured on this channel. Maybe Team Rocket Toolbox will make the list. We'll see. And we'll just do a fun little tournament with me and my buddies with the RDC testing team, and we'll see which one comes on top in that tournament. So, but yeah, thank you all, and as always, have fun playing those sneaky decks.